You can edit that out. I was like, which one? I'm looking at this one. Oh, that's the one. Hey, welcome to Hotep Holla. I am your host, Rallo. You know, we're here. We really just want to redefine the term Hotep. It's been bastardized by a sect of Shea Butter Twitter, and we just want to bring it back to its original meaning. We here, we at peace, we want to be peaceful, and that's what we promoting. We have a special guest on this first edition of Hotep Holla. Man, how can I introduce you? Howard University Law School graduate. Recent.
Yes.
Mother of two.
Recent.
Child of God her whole life.
Amen.
And what else? What else other tidbit?
Good friend.
Good
just
friend,
an
yes.
Amazing person.
I agree.
No, I mean that wasn't
I
very
think
modest,
so.
but
I think you're amazing. So you just got your degree. You graduated Howard. How was that? Howard Law. How was that like process? Was it tough or what made you, want to go back and do that?
I wanted to get an advanced degree, and I was just trying to figure out in what. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then like all these things started to happen socially in the United States. And I was like, okay, how can I best help with these problems?
Okay.
So that's kind of how law school came about. I was like, I'm going to law school. I'm going to try to make a difference from like, the law standpoint. And I went in with like all this fire and like, I'm going to change some things. And then the first thing you learn in law school is that you can't really change any of these laws.
Wow.
That's
the first thing you learn?
You learn it very early on. Yeah, like this stuff is so cemented into our nation.
The fibers.
It is the very fibers. So it's they kind of cut you down really quick, but they build you back up, and you start to learn other ways that you can start to effectuate change. So, and then you start to realize you probably didn't have to go to law school to do it.
Really?
Yeah, but it all comes full circle. You get broken down, you start putting things back together, and then you break that down and you rebuild somewhere else, and you try to figure out how all of it can work together so that you can do whatever it was. Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
So, what kind of law will you be practicing?
So of course the biggest thing I want to do is social justice, right? But I have children, like you said, I have two.
This is true. You got two babies.
They gotta eat. They like food, They like
true.
shoes.
Boy and
clothes.
a girl.
A boy and a girl. Sassy little girl. She's 7, and my baby is 7 weeks.
Wow.
So yeah, so I have to be able to support them as well. So
this is true.
Yeah, I'm looking at doing some different things. I want to go to the government. I just need to work for the government for a while. This is true.
So you're gonna be in the city. You're gonna be in DC.
Yes.
You're not moving anytime soon. You're here.
No, I'll be here for a while.
Oh man, that's dope. So what's it like being a mom for the second time?
It is it's amazing. Right? Like seriously. People say that, and then people say that people romanticize motherhood.
Yeah.
But I chose to be a mother both times.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like nothing, it didn't happen to me. And I think maybe when motherhood happens to you, you maybe feel differently about it.
Yeah.
But I wanted this. So it's like I love it. I stare at these kids. I stare at the 7-year-old. I stare at the 7-week-old, and I'm like,
I feel like no, you just want. Who wants to have just one? I feel like you
seriously.
Typically, you want to,
you need
another one out.
You need to see if you can do it again. Like, can I do this again? Can I make another? And So it was amazing. I kind of went into it with all these things like it's going to be just like, and it was not just like it was with my daughter, but it was in
terms of what?
Even from everything from my pregnancy, labor, like even and the baby himself. He's not like my daughter. His personality is already different.
Right.
Yeah,
he's quiet.
He's quiet. He's reserved. He's serious.
Serious in 7 weeks?
He is serious. Like everyone talks about how serious he is, and he does. He smiles and laughs at me in the morning.
Right.
But usually he's just like. And he's just giving you this mean side eye, like he's really trying to figure out what's going on.
Ooh, so wait, so who gets the personality from who? Do you think your daughter's more like you?
Yes, definitely, and he's more like his dad. He's
Oh, that's interesting.
He's serious.
Who does he look like? He looks like his dad.
Yeah.
Oh, he's his dad through and through. Why'd you say that?
It's just not fair because I just thought he would look like me.
Do you think your daughter looks like you?
She looks more like me now. And I think some of it is just her mannerisms. She's a lot like me. So people see me. They're like, oh, that's a little Leonette. But then when they see her dad, they're like, oh.
Yeah.
So they kind of both look like their dad. But
that's cool.
It's okay, yeah.
So how's dad doing? Is
he's
he all right?
Good. Yep, he's good. He's enjoying He's enjoying having. Yes, he likes the little boy.
You guys are gonna rekindle the love. You're gonna rekindle.
Yeah, that was.
I hope so, man.
That was an interesting thing.
I be wanting the family unit to stay together, make it work.
Right.
Yeah, it's because relationships it's ups and downs. It's a roller coaster, man.
It's ups and downs. It's about the tools you have in the bag, and I think we have more tools in our bag now than we had the first time around.
That's beautiful.
So that's why, because if not, then I would never have tried it again.
Right,
there's no point in trying it again if you know good and well that it didn't work for good reasons the first time. But I don't think that was the case. So I think, we have more tools in our bag and being committed to the commitment.
Right.
So I think we're in a good place.
When somebody have a baby by you always have an end.
That's not true.
I feel like that's kind of true.
Everybody feels like that's true.
How is that not true? You have a child. The child's gonna have a birthday. The daddy's he's not allowed to come to the birthday. He's just an end. It's an end. It's like, hey, I got gifts. I'm being good.
See, it's kind of access, but I think a smart woman or man, when you get to a point and like I said, that this relationship is toxic or this is just not a good relationship, then you kind of have to draw that line. Like, we're going to co-parent.
Purify toxicity, though. Just because something is toxic. Depending on the level of toxicity, I don't know if bleach, you can't have it in your body. But just because something is toxic doesn't mean it has to remain that way.
That's very true.
I mean, everybody has their deal breakers, but I feel as though just because something is toxic doesn't mean you can't grow past it. Depending on what was going on in the relationship.
Right. It depends, yeah. Some things can definitely be fixed. If you ever got together in the first place, I think that you're right. You're at a good place. Maybe you actually did like each other at some point. Everybody's situation is not like that.
I guess he ain't had sex with your sister or something crazy. Like, certain stuff is unforgivable.
Like, listen, no.
Yeah, we can move past a lot of stuff, I feel like.
It's true. And you grow and you mature and you see, I think the biggest part for us was he did something I thought was wrong. Mm-hmm. And so you harp on that, but I'm not a person.
You a grudge holder?
No, that's the thing. I'm not a grudge holder at all.
Right.
So we were fine. Afterwards I was just like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Right.
And that's that. But we're still cool. Like, hey, and I can be nice and cordial and everything. I don't have time to hold grudges.
He pulled up on you one night and you was like, I missed this.
No.
I missed it. Yes, that's what happened. You don't got to be tough, Leonette. You can tell me the truth.
I was tough for a long time. No kid. I mean, real tough.
So what was the end? How do you get back after all those years? You said your oldest daughter is 7.
She's 7.
Right.
And it was lit. See, she had just turned 5.
She was 5.
It was about to be. Birthday? It wasn't. It was graduation, though. It was kindergarten graduation.
Yep, I already know.
It was kindergarten graduation. But the good thing was that we have remained friends.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, we both grew. And I think what was paramount for us is that he expressed to me the things that he felt I did wrong. And at first, I didn't feel like I did anything wrong because I felt like what you did was more wrong. So everything I did was just washed away.
Right.
But that's not real.
That's not real.
It's not real. And I'm a very real person. And I don't have any problem seeing my flaws.
You took accountability.
Absolutely. I can take, I like taking accountability.
Was this the first time he brought that to your attention where he felt as though you did wrong?
Yeah.
Wow, that's your first time hearing that.
It was my first time hearing it. Yeah.
After 7 years. Damn, communication is so important.
It's very important. So, after about 5.5 years, he told me the things and some of it I didn't even remember. But when he said it, I was like, I did do that.
Damn.
And when you realize how you make a person feel and things that you do, you have to take accountability for that. So
this is true.
I think that was
I knew y'all was going to make it, man. I'm so happy. I'm happy when listen, Hotep Holla. When the family is together, that is the black power base, as the Honorable Umar Johnson teaches us. The family is the power base.
It is, though. I think that it is, though.
I don't know. I'm excited for the future.
Me too.
Kind of, sort of. The election's coming up next year, and
I'm worried.
I don't even know what's going on.
Me neither.
You know what it is? Obama said,
excuse me.
Obama set such a high standard. Nobody's going to meet that standard. I feel like nobody's even going to come close.
No.
Like, that was so epic, and now we're in this place where we're not enthused with anyone. Like, how do you feel about Kamala, Kamala. How do you pronounce? Is it Kamala?
It's Kamala.
She would correct. She look like the type who would correct you too.
I don't know. She seems kind of cool and down to earth.
She the police. Ain't nobody that cool.
She smoked weed. She said it.
Oh, she's the police.
she is the police.
On top of you're the police and you're married to a white man. Can we really can she really count on the black community
Yes. She also went to Howard.
Oh, man.
That doesn't count for anything anymore.
Ew, that's two. She's the police, so the Howard, it takes up for one. But then it's still
so
the
this
other
is the police thing. I feel like we can get over her being the police because don't we need some people who are like good to be the police too?
She was locking niggas up. I gotta check the records. I don't know. Hotep Holla, but I heard she was locking niggas up.
Forgive me for what I'm about to say.
Yes.
But do some niggas need to be locked up?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
some people need to be locked up.
Oh, I don't know. It's the fervor in which she was doing it though.
I feel two ways about it. And I also, I have to be honest, I don't know the whole scope of what she did in her role as
I seen
DA.
an interview and it was like, I was locking them niggas up. That was the energy that I felt. It was like, I was locking them up. I may be, I don't know. That's how the face, I don't know if she made that face, but that's how I remember it.
Okay.
And I don't like that type of fervor. We locking up our brothers.
And
who've been disenfranchised. Niggas just ain't born crazy.
That's true. Now, that's 100% true. But and this is something I never thought of because I was just like, no, power to the people, DAs, no, you are the police, go away. Mm-hmm. You're locking people up. But when you have somebody sitting at the other table, the defendant is black and the victim is black too. What do you do when you have their parents sitting behind you? You're sitting at the table and there's black parents sitting behind you too. That's
a good point you raised.
What you gonna do? You're gonna be like, no, I mean, come on, it'd be one thing if we weren't also the victim. We're also the victim.
That's true. That's a good point. I knew he was gonna come with the good points this morning. That's a good point.
Sometimes you gotta give him a little bit of a pass.
Who do you think's coming out the party?
I go back and forth. I mean, of course, Biden he's the front runner right now.
Right.
So honestly, I just don't want it to be Bernie.
You think he's too old?
He's too old, and
how old is Bernie?
Like 103, I think. Last time I checked.
That's much too old.
He's just too old.
Because the presidency gonna age you 15 years.
So we're gonna have 130-year-old. I mean, my math might not be correct, but you know what I mean. None of it, but.
I'm dead.
But yeah, he's. I think he's too old,
and I think he's
too far. No, he's also too far left. He's too far left to win the general election. Everybody.
Well, he thought Trump was too far right to win the general election.
Trump was Trump knew, and I knew too. I knew he was going to win. But Trump was exactly what those people wanted. He was what they wanted. Yeah, he was what they wanted after Obama. He was right on time, and he capitalized on that. He got that momentum going, and everybody thought he wasn't going to win. No, he won.
I had a sneaky suspicion.
Yeah.
Hillary just wasn't likable.
She didn't quite curl.
That was the thing.
She's not likable.
That you gotta be likable to someone.
You do.
Yeah.
And then that was part of it, but then the other part of it was the whole Bernie thing. That
they said
his base was like
she cut them legs. She cut his legs off.
And then he cut hers off. So I mean, that's what his his base was not voting for her. So that just
all this infighting. That's a problem in the black community too.
Big, huge problem.
All this damn infighting. Yeah. What we gonna do, Leonette?
We gotta do better.
How we gonna get it together? How you gonna raise the babies? Well, times are different now. Like, when do you think you're gonna get is your daughter asking for a phone yet? Or does she have one?
She has a cell phone.
That is effing crazy.
It is. I did not buy it.
That is crazy.
This is what's really gonna blow your mind.
Who the F?
My 75-year-old aunt bought her the cell phone. I said absolutely not. Her dad said absolutely not. A 75-year-old bought her the phone. So that's not what you would expect. Because I was like, no, she doesn't need a phone. I don't know, it's some terrible Android. She just keeps saying, I need an iPhone. I'm like, you don't.
Ooh, you know how strong branding that is?
Right.
For a 7-year-old to say, I need an iPhone?
She needs an iPhone. She's like, this phone is just too hard to use. I need an iPhone. It's not as good as an iPhone. Yeah, she needs an iPhone.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
No.
It's crazy. When did that start? So 7, she has a phone. When did she start asking for one?
She never really asked for a phone. My aunt felt like she should have a phone. One thing was, they live in Connecticut. And we're from Connecticut. Right, them aunties. We're from Connecticut, so she felt like Logan would be able to keep in touch with them at home.
Right.
Half the time, she don't know where her phone is.
I mean, you're 75 years old. What?
Yes, and wanted her to call her. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's how she ended up with the phone in the first place. But yeah, I wasn't with that. I didn't want her to have a phone. I limit her screen time.
I would hope so. She's 7.
Right, significantly. She doesn't even get to do all that YouTube.
At 7, you're supposed to do like activities and
stuff.
Go
outside.
That's crazy.
Do arts and crafts. Go do your doll's hair.
Wow.
Go build something. Go figure out how something works. Yeah, we don't do much with the phone though.
Wow. Is she a daddy's girl?
She is.
That's a no.
She is, but she's not. Like sometimes she has her moments, but she's really a mommy's girl. Like she's really a mommy's girl. Yeah. Wow. She is right now. She's really smart, so she knows how to play both sides. You know what I mean? She knows when she wants to be like a daddy's girl and when she wants to be a mommy's girl. And then she likes her grandparents better than all of us. That's just it.
Really?
My father and my
you're
mother.
on your side. Yeah.
And she's obsessed with them. Yeah.
Oh, my grandparents were in Africa all my life.
You didn't get that.
I'm sorry, guys. No, I'm joking.
Sorry.
No, okay.
But grandparents are special.
They are.
Yeah. They let her do what she wants to do, and she's a different person with them. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And they're different with her.
How different? They're nicer. Were your parents strict?
What? Were they strict? They were beyond strict.
They was Christian strict, or like where was the source of the strictness?
I don't know where they got that from, but I mean they put it on Christianity.
Okay.
Yes. But they were Christian strict. Yes, I could not talk on the phone to members of the opposite sex until
you were
had to be in like 10th grade. I couldn't date.
Okay, that's reasonable, I guess.
10th grade, you can't even have a conversation.
Okay, no, that's not reasonable because I was definitely talking to girls.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's not reasonable.
Come on, it was ridiculous.
Do you think how do you feel like it altered your? How can I put this? Your like socialization. Did you feel behind like when you went to college or?
No.
Okay.
I think it made me better. I felt not than all of my friends, but I felt like I was smarter than some of my friends when it came to certain things. They talked to me about stuff. Like my mother especially. She talked to me about everything from sex to, I mean, she played on some things.
What y'all talk about?
Let me tell you something. My mother was very wise. This is what she told me. I was probably a little selfish because, I was like a teenager. And I'm like, you think you're hot stuff and you're a teenager. And my mother was like, let me tell you something about sex. The only person who gets anything out of it is the man. I was like,
why you putting those seeds of...
Listen, it worked though. Because I was like, what? She's like, that's it. She was like, for the woman, it hurts. She's like, I don't even know why they do it.
Oh, mom's a cerebral assassin.
Listen,
that's a crazy thing to say.
It was a crazy thing to say,
that's
but
wild.
It was effective because I was like, so when little boys are trying, I was like,
so you got to college and you was just chilling.
I had a boyfriend by the time I went to college. I had a boyfriend.
From back home?
Yeah, he was at UConn and I was at Howard.
And you was holding him down?
Held him down.
What is it with y'all coming to the Mecca with these niggas from back home? My homie. Damn, I don't want to say it was the other person that said it. I want to say it's my homie, 10 Stacks. Damn it, 10 Stacks. I hope this was you. He said when we got to Howard, all the shorties from up north, New York, Connecticut, Philly, had niggas from back home. So the girls from the South was getting all the love. That's what they say. And it's true.
It's probably true.
All
the girls from Philly definitely had.
What's wrong with y'all? Cheat on these niggas. Be an adult for once. Ain't that what Jay-Z said? Act like an adult for one time in your life. This is crazy.
Yeah. No,
oh, man.
I came
you held him down for what? Like how long? A year?
I held him down till, I think it was a junior. Yeah, it was the summer after sophomore year. We finally broke up.
Why y'all break up? After 3 years? That's crazy.
It was the reason we broke up was I really felt like we were going to be together forever. But this is me because, I'm always thinking, I felt like there's no way we can be together forever if we've only been with each other. So we need to explore other things and then we'll come back. So that was my...
You finally met a nigga you like. You was like, let me tell this nigga... Let me tell this nigga a lie. Let me shake this nigga so my conscience is clear. Well, I go have some fun.
No,
that's what happened. You ain't got to lie to me.
That's not.
You ain't got to lie to me.
That's not how I remember it. That's what I'm going to say now. It's just not how I remember it.
Y'all still cool?
No, we're not. I mean, we're we don't talk. We don't see each other. But if we did, we would be cool. Yes.
That's wild.
Like, hey.
Let me ask you something. So, you got your degree.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking your bar. Mm-hmm. By the time this aired, you'd have already taken it. I don't know how quick you'll get the results back.
Not until November.
Okay. Well, we'll keep the people abreast of it.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't pass it, we just won't say nothing.
We'll revisit this in a year. By then, I will have passed the bar.
But like, you seem to have everything in order. Like, are you married? I'm sorry.
No, I'm not married.
So is that something? Because I speak to a lot of sisters, like my peers. Mm-hmm. So let's say like 30s. And they're like, if it happened, it happened. It's more of a like, I'm not going to stress myself out about this, whatever. These niggas ain't dependable. Whatever, what have you. So is this something that like you still want to do, or you like playing it by ear?
I first of all appreciate the fact that women are not chasing the white dress anymore. Like, I appreciate it.
I don't appreciate it. Chase it.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you why
chase
I
that
appreciate
shit.
You can't chase it when you're the only person chasing it. You can't be chasing a white dress and men are not chasing a tuxedo. That's a problem, because it makes the relationship It's just not. There's no balance.
Funny. Someone said that marriage benefits men more.
Right.
And
I've read that. I
could see how that's the case, but dudes just don't view it that way.
Right.
And I think that's very interesting.
It is. It's
Why do you think
and
that
it's unfortunate. I think it's like peer pressure almost. It's like what your friends are doing, but I also think it's music, it's society, it's what everyone what does everyone want to do? Yes. Be with other girls. Like does
everybody really want? I don't think it's so much.
I don't think they actually really want to, but I think people just want the appearance of that, or they want the option, or I don't know. But I think it's something a lot has to do with society, music. I mean, we can't say music videos anymore because nobody really watches music videos anymore, right?
Yeah.
But we know what the celebrities are doing. Everybody wants to be in the club. What's the music talking about? You want to be in the club? You want girls around you? You want everybody got to look like a stripper? So what does everyone do? Go get a stripper body, right? Like, is this stuff? I mean, I don't know. Life definitely imitates art. So I think it's unfortunate, though. I think I do believe in marriage. Yes, I think marriage is good and right. I want to be married. I think that is beneficial to both sexes. And I think that, when you get old, who you going to get old with? Like, you have to think forward. I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be alone. No, I think marriage is good. I believe it. I'm going to get married one day.
So on the subject of marriage, do you think there should be, this is not a word, but for all case and purposes, we're going to make it one. Okay. Do you think there should be like a de-romanticization of it? I feel as though it's glamorized. I don't know if dudes have a glamorized idea of married life, but it seems like women, maybe not being married, but in terms of the actual wedding. Mm-hmm. And like, did you have like big wedding dreams like when you were growing up as a girl or like as a young adult?
I think I did. I had big wedding dreams, but it was because people were getting married around me. So it wasn't just something that I just made up in my mind.
Really?
I actually saw that, but I also saw good marriages. So I didn't just want a wedding. I wanted like a marriage. I thought that a woman's supposed to be married to a man and you're supposed to have children. And I mean, I'm not saying that in like that's just what I thought. That was my environment. My aunts, uncles, grandparents, everyone was married and they had children. And that's, that was what it looked like. So yeah, I wanted that. I wanted the whole thing, though. It wasn't just the wedding. I felt like the wedding was the first part of it, and the rest of it seemed very romantic to me, too. I wanted all of it.
And how do you feel now?
Child, that was a farce. No, I'm just kidding.
Was it a farce? You know what? Man,
not all of it.
I know. Like, one of my closest friends is married, and he says, Rallo, don't do it.
I don't understand that.
He looks me in my eyes and he tells me, don't do it. And when he says it, I believe him.
Did he marry the wrong person?
I don't think so, but
I have friends who are so happily married.
Do you?
And they tell me, and I'm talking about my good friends, and they tell me I know about good and bad things that happen in their relationship. Right. But at the end of even their bad things, they're still like, it's worth it. And it's not just them; it's their husbands. Their husbands come to, and they're happy. They're not. They just don't look all downtrodden and beat down about it. They seem happy, and they're building together, and they're doing things. I mean, I just think there's an upside to marriage.
Do you think you attribute that to marrying the right person? Yes. Because the person you marry, people change. We grow. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago.
Growing is one thing.
Yeah.
Being something that you were not, or that's something totally different. When when you're not being honest in the in the front, on the front end, then I think that's totally different.
So you attribute the happiness in a marriage to you just being compatible with the person you married. Essentially, that's what. Marrying the right person.
Marrying the right person. Yeah. Really? Compatibility is real deep, but yeah, I think just marrying the right person, not ignoring the red flags. Ignore the red flag.
What red flag?
I think people see red flags in the beginning and they ignore them at the end.
Depending on how long there's a curve to getting to know somebody. Like, people could put on a farce for.
They could.
I don't know.
People
get married. How long do you think you should be with somebody before marriage comes into play? Or there's no set time?
No, there's no set time. I think for some people it can work in 3 months. You can get married to somebody, and for other people, I don't think any more than a year if you're grown.
Lord Jesus.
To get engaged, you don't have to get married after a year, but to get engaged, decide you want to.
A fucking around.
If you really want to be with somebody,
authentic.
Yeah,
what's going on? Hey, shout out to our producer, Authentic. That's crazy. A year?
I'm talking about if you're exclusively dating this person. You can't be dating other people and get to know somebody in a year because you're getting to know a whole lot of people.
Though. You could.
And just get to know one person and you're dating multiple people.
A year, you know how many hours are on a day? You could really get to know more than one person.
So if you only with one person,
then
you should be absolutely ready for marriage in a year. That's what you just said.
I don't know.
That's what you just said.
Sisters are real good with using your words against you. I don't know if I said that. But it's like a year. I mean, I guess, but it's different. So you can't on one, hand say, there's no set time and when, marriage should be brought into, the relationship or the concept or, and then say in a year you should know. You can't say that. Oh, I use your own trick against you.
I'm gonna say that though. I said what I said. I'm gonna stand on that. You gonna stick with it? Yeah, I'm gonna die on that. I'm gonna die on that hill.
Wow.
Yeah, I think a year is enough
in a
time.
Year.
Because at the end of the day, you meet people who've been married for 20 years and they're like, they just did something I never thought they would do. So I mean, what are you gonna do? If somebody's gonna change up and do something wild and crazy, they're just gonna change up and do something wild and crazy. There's nothing you can do about that. That's like a freak accident.
But like this. I hear you, but I'm not going to say marriage is failing, but the institution seems to be, I don't know if divorce rates are growing, but it seems like 50-50 is just, what is that telling us? What does that say? Is that a reflection of marriage itself or us as people?
That's a very good question. I think probably us as people, but
or quitters. I feel like this is a quitter. I feel like people go into marriages with deal breakers.
Yep.
I feel like it didn't used to be that way in the Black community specifically.
Right. And I don't think that that's necessarily healthy 100% either. I think that there are certain things that should not exist in any type of relationship, such as like abuse and things of that nature.
Yeah, but outside of like abuse and infidelity, like you would get through. I'll just say
anything
abuse.
else. I think you should be able to get through
infidelity. You can work through that. If you want to, if you guys are determined, if you guys are like, we're gonna thug it out, you could work through that.
You could work through it. I mean, it takes a lot because to rebuild trust, and then you have to have this person that is also adamant that they're not going to do it anymore.
Right, especially if it was the lady who did it.
God, because we all know that if it was the lady.
We all know that's more hurtful. We all know that's more hurtful. I mean, let's be honest.
No, I don't think that's true.
I feel like it's more hurtful.
No, I think I think men probably don't even be that hurt about it. They're just embarrassed.
For your wife, I think.
It's embarrassing.
I think for your wife to get it in is definitely more hurtful because it's like, damn.
That's in y'all mind.
I done bought that ring. I was on my knee. I got my pant leg dirty.
So that's what it's about.
I reached for your hand. Oh, you busted open for a nigga. Oh, yeah, the new after shit I did. Lord Jesus.
Men benefit so much from marriage. I think both people can really benefit from marriage. Though I think it's a good thing, and I think it's healthy, and I think
it's a partnership.
It's a partnership. You need a partner. Like I want somebody on my side. I want some help. Like, and I want
you keep it real because this is everybody's in a tough culture.
I'm not
especially
tough.
The sisters. I'm good.
saying what I can do. Of course, I can do all things by myself.
Right.
However, I don't want to. I don't have a desire to, and I don't feel like I was made to. I don't think I was not designed to do it all by myself.
Girl, listen, y'all, I can't wait. Can I come? I know we only know each other like 3 years, but I want to come. I'll come to the wedding and stuff.
Absolutely.
I might even tell some jokes. I gotta tell some jokes at a wedding this month.
That would be really cool. That's
gonna be
though.
weird because I be cursing. My material is very adult.
You can't curse at weddings?
I don't be knowing. I only been to one wedding.
Oh, okay.
My homegirl married this dude, and that's the wedding I went to.
Okay. It was kids there?
Was it kids? I believe so.
If it's an adult only wedding, I feel like,
It was the only wedding I went to. It was cool.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love weddings. I've been in like 20 a lot.
Yeah, none of my niggas be getting married.
See?
We scared.
See? I mean.
I don't know if we scared, but this is like, you just want to make sure you do it right, man. You want to make sure for guys, I feel like you want to make sure your finances in order. Unless you're silly.
I think that's part of the problem also, though, because people want to be so ready. And so what do you have to build then with your wife? I think that when you build things together, it makes your union stronger. So instead of you making sure that your finances are 100% right, why can't y'all work on your finances together in a union and like
you sound so
something?
practical.
Why
sister.
not?
You sound so practical.
Why not?
Why can't they all be like Leonette? That's what I want to know. Why? They don't want to build no more. You tell a sister you want to build, she'll roll her eyes at you.
But you got to say you want to build. You can't say,
But that sounds almost cliche like, at this point. Yeah. I want to build. Like, I wouldn't even feel right about that.
Nobody really wants to hear that. Don't say it like that.
I'm find a synonym.
Right, yeah, yes.
That's how you got to trick the sisters
Get
with
the
thesaurus,
right? Break open your thesaurus. And find another. Not build,
let's collaborate, sister.
Collaborate. That's a good one.
Okay, so we've already established you want to get married. I want to get married.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Marriage is good.
It's good.
Still right.
So I'm interested to, because I was watching an interview a few weeks ago, and it was Lil Boosie.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all familiar with Boo Pac. But he's very outspoken, and the issue, well, I don't want to say the issue, but the topic of the quote-unquote gay agenda rose in the conversation, and Boosie believes that there's a gay agenda through media to sway our young boys into that lifestyle. I wouldn't say that per se. I would say that homosexuality is more ingrained in the mainstream. So, of course, there will be more representation of that. Just like it was when they started putting black people on TV.
Right,
niggas wasn't on TV, then it's like a person on every episode of a show.
Right.
So I feel like it's more so that. But you as a woman, you're raising a son. Like, is that something that you even, like, or do you have your eye out for that? Like, your son is 3 and he's watching a cartoon and it's like gay cartoon characters. Is you like whatever, or like, how do you even feel about that?
I have a problem with sexuality, period, being introduced to children. I don't recall being talked to about sex at such a young age, and I think that we're over sexualized society, period. So that's where my problem comes in. Right. Why are we even having this conversation with kids? Period. I just don't. I think it's too soon. I think it's too early to talk about anything. My mother, let me go to my mother and tell her I like somebody. She's like, get out of here. You like what? You like school. You like books. That's what you like. So I don't think that, I feel like I would have, I feel the same way about my children. We're not talking about that. Like, and it's not about who you like. I think we put so much emphasis right now in society on who someone is sleeping with. Like, even when it comes to a job interview or a job, anything, it's about who is this person sleeping with? Are they sleeping with someone of the same sex?
Really? In a job interview?
Well, you think about it, you can say now that you are not heterosexual. You understand what I'm saying? You can say that you're homosexual, and then there's this whole new diversity thing. And so we're literally talking about who somebody loves or sleeps with. I don't understand why it's so relevant. Like, everyone should be able to love whoever they want to love. Why are we always talking about it?
That's true. Because sex sells. I think that's why.
Sex does sell, but I just think it's over sexualized. And no, I'm not talking to my kids about sex, period, right now. They're too young.
This is true.
That's how I feel.
Of course they're going to take the class. When did they start doing it when I was growing up? I think like in 5th, 6th grade. Like they had the little sex ed
when you start
class.
learning, about sex ed. And I mean, that's
and
fine.
you learn about the specifics in high school when you got some free time.
Right. anatomy class, right? That's what you're talking about.
High school. Jesus.
So yeah, it's a lot.
Fair enough.
It's a lot being pushed down our throat, just about sex. Period.
Yeah, it's very
I'm over it.
sexualized culture with the fake asses and stuff. It doesn't seem too healthy.
Yeah, I just want to get back to like a different world stage. Can we go back to that?
No, that's dead. That's not gonna happen no more. Yeah, that's
so we just gonna go all fake from here on out.
Maybe.
I think it's gonna. The pendulum always sways a little too far.
Think?
It's gonna come back to the middle a little bit.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. This I don't know. Like, it's weird stuff going on right now.
A lot.
I don't even see the normalcy. I don't see how we'll get back to it without it getting far worse. Or
it might get far worse first.
Well, I mean, we'll survive. You
gotta have some kids. You gotta raise them. It's up to us. We have
true.
to build this army.
Chilling. I'm just out there. I'm just so focused on the career right now, man. I feel like the career is more reliable than a 50-50 shot of success, because that's what the unions is lasting now.
No, you're in control of that though. You yes, you have to go into it saying mine is going to be 100. Period. We're 100% success rate.
That though, Leonette.
I know they don't. We just talked about this. People go into it with an idea that they always have an exit strategy. If they do this, I'm leaving the quitter society. So you just have to
society.
You have to go in.
Okay, you're right.
You have to go into it with a different mindset. Gosh. Like, we're doing this, and you have to find somebody who wants to do the same thing. Like, we're both committed to the commitment. We're gonna do this, right? Like 100%. No outs. Divorce is not on the table.
It's not on the table.
It's not on the table. Fuck. You get mad at me? Oh well.
Ooh,
you come get in this bed. That's what you better do.
Hey, that's what we gotta get back to that as a community.
Ain't no sleeping on the couch. You better come get in this bed.
Ain't no sleeping on the couch and just be mad.
Okay, you mad. We've all been mad.
Wow.
And that's it.
That's mature. Was you always thinking that way? Has this always been your frame of thought?
Probably not.
Or do you think you just life experiences?
I definitely think some of it is life experiences and just seeing things that fail in other people and knowing what I want and how it works for people that it does work for. What do they have and how can I incorporate that? Like, this works. Being committed to the commitment works. Like that.
Being committed to the commitment.
That works.
Man, I might have to name this episode that. Being committed to the commitment. Look at that. I ain't divorced and listen. Me and my wife, I don't know who she is. She gonna be so lucky. She gonna be laughing all the time.
See, why would she want to leave?
I don't know why.
She's not.
But people let you down.
That's probably the scariest thing about it, right?
People let you down. But life is about risk.
It is. And
life is about risk.
Yeah, but you gotta it has to be a calculated risk.
Wow. This has been fun. I can't wait for you to pass the bar.
Me neither.
We're going to have you back. Do you have any questions for Rallo? I brought you on. I never told about how we met. We met, Russ was doing that show.
Yep.
What was it called? Levity. I think it was called Levity.
Yep.
Levity. And I'm like, who's the sister with the braids? I was like, who's the sister with the braids? And we got to talk. I'm like, man, she cool. And you talking about your crazy ass? I was like, oh, that nigga sounds crazy. Oh, it sounds crazy.
Yep. We were talking about exes, period.
We were.
We were talking about a lot of crazy exes.
We was.
It was a crazy ex time.
It was. That was a crazy night, but it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And then your Facebook post was always funny. So I'm like, I like the way this sister thinks. And here we are today.
History, exactly.
Hell yeah. So you have any questions for me?
What's next?
For me, like in life?
Yes.
I'm just still being a comedic dynamo on stage and off stage. Shout out Rallo Reviews. I do my weekly movie reviews.
And they are hilarious.
Well, I'll be trying.
They are hilarious.
If you want to know what's out in the theaters, what you might want to check out, you just go on Rallo Boykin's Instagram.
Yes.
I put them on Facebook as well and see, what the review is. I rate them on a head nod system. From 3 meme mugs, which is terrible, to 3 head nods and everything in between. So, just doing that. And then look out for my other show, Simply Speaking. Mm-hmm. It's like a talk show that we doing at a local network. So yeah, I'm just working. I'm just blessed right now.
You are blessed.
You gotta look on the bright side of things.
Absolutely.
This has been fun.
It has been
thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for this embrace. Until next time.
Until
Tell the
next
babies
time.
I said hello.
I will. I'm sure they're ready.
This has been Hotep Holla. You know, we all about keeping the peace and promoting peace and being peaceful. We rebranding. We rebranding the name.